Hey guys and welcome to another reaction video. Yeah, today I'm continuing with the reviews by Drowning in Horseshoes, or Manchild Inc. That's what his channel is called. This one is Castlevania. Yeah, sorry that I didn't record for the last 3 days. Thursday it was just laziness, and I thought I could take one day off. Right, no wait, that was Wednesday. Thursday I wasn't home. Yeah, I was away for quite a while, most of the day. And when I came home I said it kind of sucks because I didn't record yesterday either, but what the hell, then I just take 2 days off. And yesterday I was actually feeling pretty sick. Yeah, I don't know, I wasn't feeling good. Today I'm doing much better, but yeah. So no videos for the past 3 days, which is kind of a little bit sad, but whatever, yeah. So yeah, Castlevania. I think I just relatively recently watched a review to, oh god, what the hell? By Silverquill, I think was, yeah, I think, I don't know. I like the episode. I think it's funny, and yeah, I just think it's not bad. But what will he think about it? I don't know, I don't know him that well yet. Well, I don't really know any of the reviewers that well, but for some others I can sometimes, not always, imagine what they would say or think about it. He will probably point some stuff out. There were some smaller things, in my opinion, with the episode that have already been pointed out to me, but I don't know. Yeah, let's just find out, I guess. It is warm in here. 3, 2, 1, click.
Season 4, Episode 3, titled Castlemania.
Yes.
Nice. This episode starts with Rainbow Dash and Applejack doing their whole sporty spice, power dyke, sexual tension thing. This cartoon's only big enough for one tomboyishly athletic character. Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here? It's leave, Biff. Make like a tree and leave. It's a little thing, but I really like whenever they acknowledge each of the main 6 having different dynamics and relationships with each of the others, just like any group of friends in real life. When Applejack and Rainbow Dash hang out, they encourage each other's competitive streaks, and their friendly rivalry forms the basis of their chemistry. Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie get along because they have a similar sense of humor, whereas Twilight and Applejack both tend to be a little annoyed by Pinkie's outlandishness. Just as Rarity and Applejack butt heads over their very different personalities and values, while Rarity and Fluttershy, being the 2 most overtly feminine characters, are often seen together and seem to bond over their mutual femininity. Rainbow Dash also seems to have a close bond with Fluttershy, despite being complete opposites in personality, and she seems both consistently frustrated with Fluttershy's meekness, while also being very protective of her and pushing her to excel. These are all very realistic and relatable types of chemistry that friends tend to form with each other, with the exception being Pinkie, whose wildcard optimism makes her love everybody equally, and Twilight, who everyone has to love the most because she's the main character and a princess
I like
now.
this guy.
So why am I pointing this out? You might be thinking, well, duh. Of course they interact with each other differently. Everyone knows the characters in this show are good. That's like brony propaganda 101. I know that after 3 years of watching this show, all this stuff is obvious, but I still enjoy seeing it explored, because I believe good stories tend to come from good characters and not the other way around. The main characters and their interactions with each other should always take center stage. I could watch a show with no plot whatsoever as long as the characters play off each other well. The ensemble episodes are fine, but I'm especially fond of the ones that focus on exploring the relationship between 2 characters. Examples being Look Before You Sleep, Green Is Not Your Color, Hurricane Fluttershy, because those are the ones that have the most room to explore the nature of friendship, which is important because it's kind of the theme of the entire show.
Yeah, definitely.
It's in the title. And even more to the point, it was also a big part of the moral of Season 4's premiere. Remember Applejack's whole spiel about how the elements might have brought us together, but our friendships with one another have blossomed into something genuine that doesn't need the elements to stay in each other's lives. Hot dog. If the writers are really on their A game here, they would make that idea be the running theme of the whole season, and have this season contain more episodes focusing on different pairs. I think the show could only benefit from more episodes like that. Pinkie would certainly benefit from it because she's the most underdeveloped in that regard. Aside from pranking with Rainbow Dash, I can't really think of a close bond she has with any of the other main characters. She just kind of, by default, loves everyone. Will pairing up
Okay.
different combinations of ponies be a running theme this
I can
season?
see that.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? But this episode certainly seemed to go in that direction. Everybody was paired up. So the plot of the episode is that they're all spending the night in this spooky old castle. But instead of just having them all gather around on some assignment from Celestia, the writers actually went all the way with the horror movie theme, and just like a typical horror movie, the characters all just so happen to converge in the setting for different reasons. Think The Haunting or The House on Haunted Hill. And those kinds
Never
of movies,
watched
the
any of
characters
those.
usually don't know each other beforehand, so the haunted house and their fear of it becomes their common bond, and it creates character dynamics and a sense of tension unique to the genre. Obviously, the main six all know each other, but by keeping them in separate pairs, oblivious to each other's presence, you sort of get that same kind of tension here. All three pairs think they're alone, and they're more vulnerable because of it. Not to mention those great one-on-one character moments I love so much. It would have been easy to just drop all of the ponies off at the castle together, but instead, they chose a theme for the episode and ran with it all the way. So why are they all in this creepy, dangerous castle? Well, Spike and Twilight are there on an assignment from Celestia. Rarity and Fluttershy came in search of old royal fabrics, because apparently Rarity's insane. And Applejack and Rainbow Dash came there on a dare. See how all these motivations for coming to the castle are perfectly in line with the specific bonds and habits the two characters are known to have between them? You've got Twilight and Spike's student-assistant relationship on display. These two are here on some girly crafting escapade. And these two are here to stubbornly compete for bragging rights. It all fits with what we know about the characters and how they interact with each other. So now they're all spending the night in this creepy castle, and strange things are ahoof. Get it? I said a hoof instead of a foot! Ha ha ha! Someone, or something, is causing all kinds of otherworldly calamity and playing a creepy organ. I'm sure anyone out there with a functioning brain had the same reaction I did.
The Pony of Shadows!
It's Pinkie Pie.
I can't remember. Maybe?
It's
Yeah.
Pinkie Pie.
I can't remember
Have you
anymore.
all spent
It's
the
been a
whole
while.
night running around scaring each other?
I think
Well,
I thought it
that
was Piggy,
depends.
yeah.
On what? On whether or not you're the Pony of Shadows.
It's Pinkie Pie! Oh my god, it's Pinkie Pie. That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, at one point, I'm sure I've realized it,
Predictable
but
as
I'm
it
not
may be,
entirely
Pinkie
sure
Pie
when.
took a backseat in
It's
this episode
been
to
a
be the
while.
reveal at the end, which
God,
is
about 2
probably
years,
for
I
the
think.
best, considering how badly the character tends to be written in episodes dealing with the entire cast.
Did you know I can totally play the organ? Because I didn't.
I have
like
a
that
lot I
line.
can say about the ongoing Flanderization of Pinkie's character, and I will. That video's coming. Suffice to say, she seems to have
Okay.
devolved from comic relief to village idiot, and it's fucking annoying. But for now, let's gloss over it, because we don't
Okay.
got all day, and I don't want to get off track. This episode was pretty good, all things considered. But let's consider those things. Here are some minor complaints and grievances I had about this episode. At the beginning of the episode, Rainbow Dash and Applejack are covered in bees as part of their dare to see who's the most daring.
Shut up,
But when
Windows.
the bees fly away, they're both wearing protective bee suits.
Yeah.
How is that daring?
Yeah.
If I had a bee
I mean-
suit, I would let bees crawl on me all day.
I mean, I have a
like bees.
phobia
If
of
you didn't have to
bees,
worry about
but
being stung, why wouldn't you cover yourself in
so
bees?
I wouldn't. But
I'd
if
walk
you
through
don't
Detroit
have,
like that, just daring
I'd
someone
see
to
that,
try and
yeah.
rob me. Oh, what's that? You want my wallet? Well, sure. All you gotta do is get past the bees, motherfucker!
Yeah, I have a little bit of a phobia of bees. and-
Applejack's tail looks
things
fucking
like that,
gross
but-
in that beekeeper suit. It makes it look like some kind of hideous mutant extra arm coming out of her butt. 0 out of 10. Would not come inside. The moral at the end was that it's important to learn from the past, which is true.
I like
It's a
this
little
guy.
vague, but not every episode needs a perfectly neat and tidy moral, and
I guess,
it's to
no.
be taken more as a setup for yet another status quo shift this season. Since there's not really much reason to be sending friendship reports to Celestia anymore, how does the show continue to have morals at the end? Like this.
Why don't we keep a journal, just like the Royal Pony Sisters?
Not a drastic change by any means, but it's moving the arc forward and certainly makes more sense than continuing to make friendship reports. That would be like studying for a course you already passed.
I always let my imagination run away from me. Then it comes back with cake.
Shut up! So
Oh,
this
come
episode had its
on.
flaws, but it was still pretty enjoyable, and I
Yeah.
still think Season 4 is shaping up real nice. I'm not one of those guys who really likes to criticize Season 3. It had some good episodes, but I think the
Oh,
problem was that
definitely,
a
yeah.
lot of us, myself included, had just sort of become jaded and tired of the whole thing by then. Season 3 had to contend with the show being around long enough to no longer be a novelty, so we were all naturally becoming more critical of it, as well as more annoyed and disgusted with the fandom in general, and more aware of what dark things lied in store for us from the repulsive decadence of Hasbro. I think these factors combined just sort of drove us all into a negative mindset, and there was sort of a dark cloud hanging over the entire season. But watching season 4, my interest in the show feels very much rejuvenated. Maybe I just had to get sick of the whole thing so that I could rediscover what I liked about it so much in the first place.
Maybe.
Or maybe I just like this.
Horseshoes.
Well, I like this guy. He's funny. Yeah, he's definitely funny. If you, maybe you can remember that thing that I had for a while called Fanfic Friday. Yeah. If you don't, actually, if you do, then you know it already. Let's do it this way. I don't know. I just like sex jokes. I don't know why. I do really much like Clubfics too, because I just think they're funny as hell. So if he keeps going with these kind of jokes, yeah, I'm gonna have a great time watching his reviews. I don't know. I have that kind of dirty humor. So yeah. Well, like I said, yeah, I do agree for the most part. It was a good episode, but there were some things that you could have, of course, criticized. I think that's in pretty much every episode the case. No episode is perfect. I wouldn't say. There are always at least some small things. Or maybe it's perfect for one person, but for another not. It's, you know, but even these episodes that are to some people perfect and just to others not are rare, I think. Most episodes, at least in this show, I would say are good, but not perfect. But, I mean, the writers are also only humanoids, so what could you expect? Don't quite see his problem with Pinky. Maybe I should watch that video he was talking about. Maybe it's in this playlist and I will do a reaction to it or something like that. I don't know. I don't really see a problem with Pinky right now. Maybe it's one of those things that I need to have pointed out. Or maybe I just need to rewatch season 4 to see it. Haven't done that in quite a while, so I don't know. But other than that, I do agree there are, of course, some more nitpicky things you could talk about, and that he did mention. I wouldn't let bees crawl on me, even if I would have a protective suit on, because, like I said, I have a little bit of a phobia. It happened. When I was a little child, like about 4 years or something. I got stung by a bee. Or was it a bumblebee? I'm not sure. I can't actually remember that day, but since that day I don't know if it's really like a phobia, a full-grown phobia, but I'm definitely afraid of bees, wasps, hornets, all of that stuff. The thing that gets me a little bit panicked is, for one, that I think that for being insects, they're relatively big, and the noise that they're making when they're flying is always driving me crazy. I don't like that. So I'm a little bit afraid of them, or more than a little bit afraid of them. Not entirely sure if it's a full-grown phobia, but it definitely does go in the direction. Yeah, which is kind of sometimes causing a problem in the summer. Because, especially since I live out in the country, so there are quite a lot of bees here. But this summer wasn't quite as bad, actually. Yeah, I know one time where I was outside and there was just a swarm of bees coming. I guess the queen was, they were like changing their hive. Like this, I at least I've heard that sometimes happen that the queen leaves the hive to go somewhere else and find a new home, and then all the drones follow her. So basically they were changing the living thing, whatever, where they're living. So there was a swarm of a couple hundred bees, just suddenly, like you of course they were quite loud, so you could hear it, and you could hear it from closer, and you look up, and there was just a swarm of bees. That got me a little more than just a little freaked out. So, but yeah, for people that don't have that kind of fear, it wouldn't be that much of a dare if you would have high quality protective suits to then have them crawl on you and do a staring contest. So I guess I could see that.
Just a minute, there's another side to this. And if I did not defend
Don't know why they did it. Maybe they thought it was a funny joke. I could giggle about it, I guess. Or smile. It wasn't that funny though, but yeah, sure, whatever. Seems to have a problem with Pinky. She was, yeah, I don't know. I don't quite see that yet. Like I said, maybe I need to have it pointed out to me. That happens fairly often, but overall he thinks it's good, and overall I do agree with him. So yeah, I guess that's everything I have to say for now. I'm just gonna end the video right here. Say I hope you guys liked this little commentary, and I will see you next time. Bye.